Good afternoon, Bravehearts. We are back and we are happy to be with you. Sandra May coming here at you from Canada. And my dear teammate, she's gone on an adventure. She is literally on the other side of the globe, but she's a trooper. She's hanging in there and she's with us no matter what. Hello, Lorraine. How is your adventure going so far?
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I'm having a good visit here in Australia. Um, and so looking forward to being here with everybody today and going over the 12 loving steps. So last time we got to the very beginning of step 5. So what I'm going to do is just quickly go over the other 4 steps. So the first loving step was having an attitude of gratitude. So the and you know what? If you've got your perfect day manual, you can go to page 414, and that's where the overview of the 12 loving steps is. So page 414, the first one is the gratitude attitude. And that is before you even open up your eyes, state 3 things that you are grateful for while performing the lion heart breathing. So, the lion heart breathing is that gentle breath, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. And if for some reason that slowing your breath down that much puts a little bit of anxiety into you and it's hard, then don't slow it down that much, because this is about relaxing the body and not pushing it beyond that point. Because if you're pushing it beyond that point, then you're not getting to where we want you to be. We want you to be into that parasympathetic nervous system, not into your fight or flight because I can't slow my breathing down this much. So the next loving step is off the hook. And you know what? We have got to be, there's nothing we can do about the past. Absolutely nothing. So all we can do is move forward from it. You know, the only moment of change there is right now. So let's get ourselves off the hook, because holding that baggage does not serve anybody. The next one was visualize, affirm, create, and allow. And that is, set up your perfect day in the morning. Envision your best day ever and expect that to be coming to you. When we can think about what we want, that definitely holds vibration. But when we can actually verbalize this, that is a bigger vibration. That is more powerful. So I encourage you to, say the words. This is how my day is going to flow, right, Sandra? Oh, you're on mute. I hear nothing. There you go.
How about now? Okay.
So that's beautiful.
Right. We need to prepare that subconscious brain with the new messages that we want. So part of the 12 loving steps is going to do this, right? The visualize, affirm, create, and allow. We are now preparing the brain with that new information. We are teaching that subconscious brain every time we speak. It is now learning the new program. And when it knows that we are fully convinced of this, it will say, oh, well, this is the new program. Let's get on board. This is a good change. I don't have to think about this anymore. I don't have to worry. This is the new normal. I'm going to keep my person in.
Exactly. And then step number 4 is snap back to the present. We spend more time worrying about what we did yesterday, what might happen tomorrow, instead of being present. It's called the present because it is the gift. When you can stay in that present moment, your day changes. Your day changes, right?
Yeah.
So we've got the Love Band Life Bands. That's what this is for. It's snapping you back to the present, because the present is the only time that you can change anything. So you're going to say that 3, 2, 1, I've got this. Anytime that you count backwards, if you have to stop and think about it, that brings you back to the present. I mean, that's what the military use, right? 10, 9, 8, 7. Now they got the attention of their soldiers. Not that we want to be military, but it works. It works. So let's get centered. Let's be present in the now, because that is the gift. We don't have to stew about what we did yesterday or what might happen tomorrow or the next second. Any thoughts, Sandra?
That's right. So it's going to be around our wrist. It's going to feel like a gentle hug. The more we do this, the more the subconscious brain is going to be thinking about this. So when we feel it on the wrist, it's going to feel like we're giving ourselves a hug. And just a nice gentle, when we know we've either entertained that negative belief, or if we've actually let it out of our mouth, we're just going to nice and gentle. We don't wind up. We don't hurt ourselves. We're never going to do anything to harm ourselves again. It's just, we have to be gracious enough to ourselves to realize it's going to take some time to straighten it out. And that's okay, because we're just here to love ourselves and just to keep getting better at it. So it's okay, right? So a hug, a gentle little kiss. And if we have let that negative thing out of our mouth, we're going to verbally say the positive end of that, the opposite side of that negative belief, right? I feel like I have to hold on to things. No, Sandra realizes that I am really good with feeling good in this moment. It is okay. I do not have to keep remembering the negative thing. That doesn't keep me safe. That keeps me in terrorism mode.
Exactly. So the next one is the mirror work, and we've got it split in self-loving step 5A, 5B, and 5C. So 5A is every day with you're going to do the mirror work. Connect to your heart, to your look deep into your own eyes and repeat the Braveheart Oath 10 times. And every single time that you repeat it, you want to bring up more passion and more emotion. When I talk to people about this, I think about when I gave birth to that beautiful child, and what emotions, how passionate I was for that beautiful new being. That's the passion we need to have for ourselves. That's what we need to muster up, that feeling, because these bodies are the most precious gift we have been given, and we numb them out, we shush them, we put them, put it to the side, and we push through, right? I mean, that's our programming. That's the old programming, because the new programming says, I love you. It says, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to honor you. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to trust you. And I'm going to totally love you before anything or anyone else. So help me God. This oath is the thing that changed my life. This was the biggest impact that the first time I took the course, there was about 8 of us in the Whole Life Coach, and we all had to go up to that full-length mirror. And my heart was pounding, knowing I was going to have to do this. And I get up there, and I can't even look myself in the eyes. I can't get a word out. I am just an emotional mess, because I was not in that position of loving, of any of those words. None of them,
Not for yourself, anyways. You were a loving, caring person for everyone else, but just not for you.
Yeah. And that's the way we've been taught, especially us women. We are the rock for everybody. We are the resounding board for all the ugliness. And we don't take time to actually take care of these beautiful bodies. And that's what this is all about. It was so profound, so needed for my personal health and well-being, for bringing back that spirit. I remember at one class that I was at, Claim Your Voice, Claim Your Power, is when I realized that I had really lost my spirit. Now, I hadn't lost it. I had just numbed it out, and I was no longer feeling my way through life, you know. And we need to feel our way through life rather than do life, because when you're a doer, you miss all the good stuff. You totally do. And then it feels like life is hard, and life isn't meant to be hard. We've got to come back to that beautifulness, that loving. Anything else you want to say about that?
Yeah, no, I really, yeah, we both feel the same. The 12 loving steps totally changed our lives, and specifically the mirror work, sitting and gazing into my eyes, and definitely having that Braveheart oath to repeat, but the gazing into my own eyes, right? Remember when we first got to Ixtapa, we each were working out of our own room, and I had that big mirror in front of me. And so I was sitting answering the phone, and anytime there was a little hesitation, I would remember and I would look up into the mirror, and it was just that split second of like your subconscious brain or just part of me actively going, it's okay, you got this. No, it's okay, you know this answer, right? And that 5-day period of time of having access to look into the mirror at any second that I needed, whoo, that really helped jump me forward and really helped show myself that, yeah, you're on the way, you're doing the stuff, but to have that regular time of looking at myself and looking into my own soul through in that mirror, it was powerful. Well, hun, we already have a lot of people live watching us and cheering us on, all our lovely Braveheart friends and people that have taken the course. Names I recognize, maybe not everyone's taken the course just yet. There's Teresa Geyer, she's definitely taking it. Claire, Rose Clark, she's a forever fan out there. Dame Phoenix, Wildfire, we've got some wild people out there, don't we? Love Felicia, hello. Cynthia, hello. So anyways, that's our recap. So where should we jump in? So step 6, then Lorraine.
Well, there's a couple more things for the mirror work. So 5B is you know what? Every single time that you catch a glimpse of yourself, I want you to give yourself a love note. And that could be as simple as, Lorraine, I love you. Lorraine, you're beautiful. You know, just something. You say a positive thing about yourself, because and say it out loud. Be proud. Say it out loud. Shout it to the world, you know, because these are the things that
change the subconscious, is that saying it out loud.
Yeah, say it out loud and proud. And the last one with the mirror work is,
any sort of mirror you come across, the rear view mirror in the car, maybe just some glass that's going to reflect. Any chance you've got to gaze into that eye, you're going to have an impact on yourself.
Well, even just catching your reflection as you're walking into a store, on the windows, just say something nice. Man, you look stunning, your eyes are glowing. Your smile is so beautiful. You're just going to keep uplifting. And remember that your words are way more powerful than your thoughts. So loud and proud, you bet, loud and proud. And I also put sticky notes all over the place. I don't know about you, Sandra.
Absolutely, yes.
And then step 6 is bedtime mirror work. Before bed, perform bathroom mirror work. So again, go ahead and and be thankful of your day. Thank your creator, your source, God, for all the beautiful things that happened that day. When we can go to sleep with being thankful, we are going to have a beautiful sleep. So count your blessings. Count your blessings.
Yeah, let's bookend that day. Let's start it with that beautiful mirror work and let's end it with that beautiful mirror work. Maybe at the end of the day, you need to do a little bit of a review. And I was so caught in feeling like I'd always be a failure. My brain really struggled to let go of those. So you know what I did at the end of the day? I'd say, you know what? You made this mistake that you always made. You made that mistake, but you know what? I didn't die. Nothing catastrophic happened. And I talked my way out of even needing to review all those mistakes I would make. And I would just go, okay, so this came up and that came up, but I'm okay. I didn't die. No, I wasn't being harsh. I was only being harsh to me, which is the most important person that you need to never be harsh to. But I had to just gently and lovingly talk my way out of it. So, bookend that day with the mirror work. Use the mirror work all throughout the day.
And then step number 7 is before sleep, list 3 things you're grateful for from that day and connect to that line, heart breathing. It could be, I'm grateful for my breath, right? If you can't think of anything, then at least be grateful for the fact that you're still breathing. It means that you have another now to make changes. You have another now to be grateful for all the things that you do have, and really dig deep and, find those golden nuggets that you can relate to and be grateful for. It could be just, I'm grateful for being the hero of my day. I walked the walk today, or I did better than I did yesterday. And you never want to compare yourself to somebody else. You always want to compare yourself to yourself. And so long as you're stepping forward in that, you're making progress, and acknowledge the fact that you are stepping forward.
That internal version of yourself is really the only one that's important. What we say and think about ourselves is going to be a direct reflection of our belief system. So that's the part that we need to change, right? I love that. I used to have the wallpaper on my phone, and it was a picture of a little kitten looking into the mirror, but the kitten was looking at a lion. Right? So I think that I really love that. It's okay. I might be just a little kitten right now, but I'm coming on and I'm getting rid of these negative things I think about myself. And anytime they come up now, it's just like, oh, that's okay. We'll just let that be a little turd floating along in the river, and we'll just let it go. And I'm not going to spend time thinking about it because you know what? I'm human. Okay. So it popped up in my brain. That's okay. I love me, and I'll just keep going.
Exactly. So again, that thanking and being grateful is so important, especially at the end of our day. The very beginning of our morning and the end of our day are our most important power hours. So whatever you do, whatever you think in those 2 hours is profound. So if you can utilize that and make it benefit you, that's what we're talking about, right? The next one is calendar track. So track and chart the pain body programs you're running. You will realize you're running robotic programs for pain. And it's true. It's true. We get programmed from 0 to 7. And a lot of the ways that we viewed life from 0 to 7 are no longer needed when we're an adult. We don't have to be so afraid of things. We need to be able to rise up and stand in our own power and be able to, how else are we ever going to be able to do life? And find the beauty that's in life, because we're just not going to if we don't go deep. And that's what the 12 Loving Steps is all about. So when you write things down, this gives you an opportunity to actually come to that point and think about why this program is coming up. And sometimes too, you don't even have to know what happened. You just have to let it go, right? We don't have to know the what, but just let it go. It's no longer serving me. So I'm going to let it go. I'm going to lovingly give it grace and say, thank you for the learning. I needed it back then. I don't need it now.
Yeah. I like to say, because I think in my personal way that we all get caught in the emotionality of everything. And I think if we calendar track what things are coming up and when they're coming up, like you said, we're going to realize we are just running a program. And is it an every 3-day thing? Is it an everyday thing? Is it a program that you run and terrorize yourself about every morning at 8 a.m., 5 seconds before you walk through the door at work? What is the regular things that are going on for you? So if we can calendar track it, we're actually turning it into just data. And we're helping step out of all those intense emotions, right? We need to find a way just to observe what we're doing. And calendar tracking can help move you into that observer position so that now you can go, I kept getting tripped up by all that emotion and all that, Uncle Harold said this really embarrassing thing in front of his kids. And then how could I go play with his kids? Whatever that repetition is. Calendar tracking can turn it into data for you and you can observe it. And the next time it happens, you're like, whoa, now I know that was just old, Sandra. That was just the old program. And I'm simply going to undo it over time with love and with the 12 Loving Steps as my guide.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So step number 9 is couples connection. And, you may not be a couple, but maybe you've got children that you can do couples connection with, or maybe you've got a best friend that you can do couples connection with. Or maybe it's back to the mirror work, right? Couples connection. But couples connection, if you are a couple, this is going to bring you together, or it's going to give you the opportunity to say, no, this isn't working, right? It'll do one or the other. So doing the couples connection, and again, being present and open to experiencing this. You've got to be able to get yourself quiet for about 10 minutes and scooch really close to your partner. Let me see if I've got a slide on this bedtime. There must be a slide on this. Give me a second. Here we are. I'm going to share.
I can say just from memory of watching some couples do it. There you go. Open yourself up to the presence of total love between you and your partner and bring your love to the highest possible level. This really helps couples dissolve all those things that they never were brave enough to say to each other, and just dissolve them. And you're just holding each other. You're lovingly looking each other in the eye, and it's amazing how you can just feel those things. You can see them come up in their eyes, a slight change in their facial expression, and you're just, you're going to have your hands around your partner, and it's just amazing. Those things are going to melt away. And doing this on a repeated basis, right? Doing the couples connection for 33 days in a row. Even if you think you've got a really rock star relationship, you just watch it reach even higher levels. I have witnessed it in the courses with couples, and it is amazing to be with them in the same room when they do it. We do this in the course as well, and we do it. We'll pair up with people. We'll pair up with a friend or someone that you've just met in the course, and it creates such a strong and loving bond with a friend, even if it's not a romantic connection. It really helps start that relationship on a solid foundation.
So yes, you want to get very, very close. You want to be able to look into that other person's eyes. The picture we have here has the woman holding around the shoulders, and ideally, it should be around the back where you can actually feel the breath and then connect to breathing together. This is such a beautiful thing that you can be doing. It's like I said, it's going to bring that profound love that you have for each other, or it's going to make it very clear that has dissipated. One or the two would happen, and I would say more often than not, it's bringing the love back.
So many of those barriers that can come up were based on small moments of time that meant a ton to you, but maybe the partner on the other side didn't know the meaning of it for you. So yeah, it can be absolutely amazing to spend that time with each other. We used to do it in class for 10 minutes, and it was amazing just to experience it for 10 minutes. The time would fly, and then we would share about what we thought we were picking up from the other person. And it was so amazing. You didn't have to consider yourself to be intuitive to pick up on these things, right? When you are physically touching each other and you're that close in each other's space, right? With the hands touching the back. It's absolutely an amazing experience to have, for sure.
Yeah, you want to open yourself to the presence of total love between you and your partner and bring your love to the highest possible level. That's what couples connection is. And like Sandra said, it is an amazing thing to be doing. If you don't have a partner, then, your children. And it's going to bring that connection of love back to whoever it is you're doing it with. And it's profound. It is profound.
And if you're at home, don't wait to sign up for the course to do this, and you're by yourself, then just do it yourself and take an extended time. It's going to feel like the regular mirror work, but you're going to take an extended time. You're maybe going to turn on some nice just music, no words in the music, just nice music. And you're going to spend that time, maybe just a small mirror. You're going to lay down in the bed and just gaze into the mirror and spend an extended amount of time doing that. And you'll see the things come across your eyes, and it'll really help. So the next step is step 10. Thanks for putting that slide up, the family connection. Let's say we focus together, we develop together and expand, and have your family get a chance to lay out what their goals are and where they want to see the family go, and maybe what personal things they want to accomplish, and how the family can help them get there.
Yeah. Introduce your family to the art of creative visualization. We've been told, through school, we've been told, no, you're wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. And it really pushed down that creative part of people, because everything was black and white. There was no middle ground. Either it was right or it was wrong. Right, Sandra? So no creation there. So we've got to get back to learning how to create and how to visualize and how to, really bring that joy and bring up the vibration of our life, right? When we're the creator, and we are the creator, when we acknowledge that we are the creator, the best things are yet to come. They just are. They just are. And when a whole family can sit down and discuss this, amazing. Now you're open to possibilities. Now you're seeing the true, little Johnny and his creativity. It's an amazing thing to do if you want to bring you and your family together. So spending time together and really visualizing and creating. And maybe build a vision board, a collective, right? Maybe even make it look like a family tree, And then little Johnny gets to put in all his things he would like to visualize. And you get to put in the things that you like to visualize. And, so on. And then everybody has the opportunity to put in what they feel their life needs or wants.
And then if each one of us knows what the other wants to accomplish, we just sort of meld together, and everyone's working together to help each other get to those goals or learn those things. And, just think of how much more you're going to be, going to come together. So I think it's incredible when we can help each other out and become a team, right? And what better way to build that unconditional love when we really get to know what each other wants to create for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe they could even build their own vision board, pardon me, and have them all up so that everybody can see that. Okay, so family is key. You want to be able to build that connection with your family, and doing all of the other steps that we've talked about, the couples connection with your family, the visualization, and allowing that creativity to flow. I mean, it is going to bring your family together like what we were promised. We're going to be able to let go of all the baggage and the expectations. And then step 11 is recall healing. You want to recall healing and mind mapping, unlock the hidden secrets of illness and dis-ease by identifying the underlying emotions, and conflicts and traumas that create negative conditions or behaviors. So, when we can recall the areas of trauma and emotional conflicts, and really understand, like, there's so much information out there on how our emotions create the dis-ease in our bodies, the issues in our tissues, and it's been proven 100%. So when we can get when we can actually go in and recall those moments and get ourselves off the hook and paint in that beautiful visualization, I mean, you're going to change your world. You're going to rock your world. You're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah. So I did some recall healing way back in the beginning, and it was amazing. And I had decided, just from the times that I had journaled, it was always a good idea, not necessarily that I went back and read the journal, but to take these emotional things and write them down. And it helped to sort things out. I now realize from learning all these 12 loving steps that when you write things down, you help to take those emotions, put them through the left side of the brain, which is the logic side of the brain, right? The body needs to tell the hand how to write. And so again, you're just stepping out of the emotion of the moment and trying to see it for what it is. So recall healing, write down your dramas, your traumas, your neutral events. And I just opened up. I know the writing in the journal is powerful, but I wanted to see it by date. So I actually just opened up a column in and I had date, I had kind of a heading, what it was, and then how this changed me, or how this changed my belief system, and just did that. And you do this and you write down as much as you can. Like you said, the big ones, the small ones, the indifferent ones, put a date on it until you feel like you're kind of done, and then put it away and leave it alone for about 3 days. Come back to it, use your computer, sort it by date, and then go back and fill it in. And you might fill stuff in here and there, but you're always going to put the date on it so the computer can do its magic. You're going to review what you've already put on the sheet. And as you recall this healing, your brain, and of course you're doing all the 12 loving steps at the same time, you've gotten really good at the loving and the letting yourself off the hook. So it's all part of the process of letting these things go. I like to say my mountains became molehills, and then what was left was only the really big pinnacle things that I did need to dig into over time and work on. So you come back to this 3 days later, you keep adding to it. And then I had another column that said, now what do I think of this? And or now that you've been going through this process, has how this changed your belief system? Has it changed at all? And so I'd fill in some notes. Oh, you know what? Now sometimes it was just, yeah, this just doesn't hurt as much. Or yeah, this really doesn't bother me at all anymore, whatever it is. And then just keep building those events out and keep coming back to it. And then do it until you're feeling like, okay, I kind of feel like I'm done for today. And then just lovingly just put it aside and go, you know what? Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Spirit, for being brave enough to go into it and to not judge yourself and to simply try to keep yourself in that observer position of learning what the heck went wrong, right? And so then you're going to put it away. And then 3 or 4 days later, you're going to come back to it. And I'm telling you, step 11, I was so glad that I made it to step 11 because this helped me put aside some things that were extremely, extremely traumatic for myself. And not that I need to talk about me, but it was an event where I thought I was actually going to lose my life. I thought a boyfriend actually was going to beat me to death. Okay, a little bit of emotion there. That's okay. And so this really helped me just recognize what had happened. It also helped me understand what the pathway to this event was, and that it was just a program, right? It wasn't that I deserved it. It's just that I had programmed myself into having this type of situation come up. So it absolutely freed me from that. And the key part of it, again, was that I was able to step out of the emotion and I was able to view it a different way. The next time I would come back to the exercise, I was able to step back into that very specific moment, right? I said most things came down to become mountains became molehills and only the big events were left. So I would naturally come back to that big event and review it again. I would feel less of it right? I would be able to see more of it. Daryl used to say, if you can understand the whole event, if you take a trauma and you can understand every little part of it, then you can know it and you can let go of it. It's a mind thing. You have to understand the psychology of it. Once you know the whole memory and you know every little facet of it, you can let go of it. So recall healing was absolutely critical for me to let go of it. To let go, and it even just played into the whole program of, Sandra, you're just a failure. Just remain the wallflower, making people laugh, being the funny one in the room. You know what? I can take myself seriously now. I can reach out. I can take steps forward and do something and do it well and learn. And recall healing is one of the most important things. But you got to do the work first. You have to be really good at stepping into that observer position. When you're going to go into your history, you're not doing it to make a mess. You're not doing it to totally upset yourself and just review everything just so you can slap yourself on the face again. You're doing it in order to observe all these things. And so, like I said, get really good at those first 5 or 7 steps and all the different mirror works and then all the different ways you can do a connection. It's all prep work for these final 2 steps of recall healing and then mind mapping.
Yeah. Yeah, that recall healing was big for me too. And we all have our backstory, and none of us have gone through life perfect because none of us really realized we were in control of what happens. At least I didn't. I felt, I know, and it took actually Daryl pointing it out to me that I was a victim. And because I didn't think I was, I just thought things happened, right? And then I realized that, I'm carrying that. That's the wounded child right? And we've got to be able to see that wound and say, you know what? I'm not wounded now. I'm just not. Why am I carrying that wound? Why do I think I need to have that? I don't. I don't. So, really, like Sandra said, taking the time and lovingly go in and go as deep as you can, but be able to pull away and say, that's enough for today. And then go back at it a few days later and go again and see what comes up on those same high points and see how you can, like she said, be the observer. Don't be the victim. Be the observer and say, okay, I acknowledge this happened, but I don't have to hang on to that. I don't have to feel that way. I don't have to put myself back down to that level. I can rise above this, right? I can be and claim the new me and stay there. And that's what the recall healing does. It allows us to let go of that heaviness of life and really come back to the present and love this beautiful life, this beautiful body that we've been given. Yeah. And do we have any questions, Sandra?
We don't really have any questions. We've just got lots of encouragement from the practitioners. Cynthia, couples connection is extremely eye-opening, so powerful. I love this. I'm looking forward to doing it with my boys. And just people just cheering us on. So it is key when you take the time and the effort to get to the New World Practitioner, these 12 loving steps, and taking the time to learn everything that's offered in the Whole Life Coach is really the pathway to open you up to being a fantastic Wolf non-surgical practitioner, or whatever your pathway forward is, whatever you're going to focus on. I think the Whole Life Coach, the 12 loving steps, lays the very solid foundation for you to handle life and for you to be able to become that brave heart for yourself and to very easily do these 12 loving steps, because you're brave enough to go, it's okay, whatever's happened, whoever I was, whatever mistakes I've made, I'm okay. I'm going to be okay to sit in it, observe it, and then learn, let go, and move forward with a clear heart and a clear mind.
Exactly. So the recall healing is a process that helps us understand the emotions that led us to the feelings that created the dis-ease within us. And otherwise, it is the issues in our tissues. And we know how important it is to open up those blocks. And it's, we do the Wolf non-surgical and cell sonic rejuvenation to help open up those physical blocks. But those emotional blocks that created it, if they're not let go of, you're gonna come back and have the same issue in your tissue. So the recall healing is really important.
A really easy, here we are. Good examples of celebrations. Thank you. That's just perfect. Educational accomplishments. Let's just read through that. Opening your first paycheck. That's incredible. Your first pet, cooking your first meal, giving to others, retirement on the other end, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings. Yes, of course. All these things are fabulous examples of celebrations. Do we got one more for traumatic events there, team in the background?
There we are.
Here we are. Great. Thank you. Yeah. So definitely the big ones: death, profound loss, separation, rejection, bullying. These are fabulous events. Attempted suicide, physical neglect, emotional neglect, sexual conflict, empty nest syndrome. Isn't it amazing, Lorraine, that these negative events, because they're attached to belief systems, they can take root and, like you said, become the issues in your tissues, right? Not being able to move forward in your life in the way that you think you should will bring about an acidic situation in the knee and create knee problems, right? So all of these examples of traumas can be related back to certain areas of the body, right? The emotional becomes the physical. The trauma becomes the issue that's caught in our tissues.
Yeah, and until we let go of those emotions, that issue in the tissue will still be there. You know, we've got to take the time if we truly want to heal. This Braveheart emotional work is the single most powerful work that you can do if you truly want to heal. Otherwise, you're not there. You're not there. You might think that you're better. Well, yes, you can get better with diet and exercise and nutraceuticals, but if that emotional work is not done, you're not there. Because like we both said, if you haven't been able to let go of these issues, they're going to end up popping up again. It doesn't matter how much work you do, how well your diet is, how good of a person you are outwardly. If you haven't done that inward work, it's not happening. And this is where I see people not getting what they want because they have not done this. And I talk to people all over the world, and I'll say, "Have you done the emotional work?" "Yeah, I've done a lot of emotional work." "No, have you done the 12 loving steps?" "I know all that." Well, there's a difference between knowing and doing. And when you get up the courage, because this takes courage, this is Braveheart work, to go in, you'll be able to crack that coconut from the inside out, and you will have a beautiful life.
Absolutely. And it also explains why Dr. Dara Wolf developed the Wolf Non-Surgical to deal with those issues in the tissues. There you go, guys. Forgiveness is the key. We if we can be that Braveheart, if we can go within and review it and know it and let it go, we can forgive ourselves. And quite honestly, sometimes we can point the finger and we can think it's the next guy, and we can think it's the mom or the brother or the whoever or the boss that's done everything to us. Actually, it's the opposite. If we can learn and go inside and do our own work, forgive ourselves, reaching out to everybody else and forgiving the people around us is pretty easy after that.
Yeah. So mind mapping. With mind mapping, rewrite your life story and create a new, true to you reality map. You're not your story until you make it yourself. And that is, again, another profound statement. We have to go back and rewrite that beautiful story that we were promised. Mind mapping is where you retrace, erase, replace, and create a new map of reality of your past to super boost your present. We want to be able to enjoy life. We want to be able to be present in life. We don't want to be stuck in that past. And when we constantly are pulled back to that trauma, and we create we reinforce those issues, we get more issues in our tissues. So we need to be able to let those go. And always be blessed, always stay with your breath, always present, always connect to your higher self, your source, your creator, your God. And, when you can actually slow your breathing down, you actually connect better to yourself, your higher self, your source, your creator, your God. So find those moments where you can get quiet and you can slow your breathing down. And I encourage people to put one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, slow that breath down and really connect and just allow things to flow. That's when I get those downloads. I don't know about you, Sandra, but that's when I get the downloads.
Absolutely.
So yes, Sandra, we've got him. Go ahead, Sandra.
Yeah, we're past our 45 minutes. So what should we wrap up with, my dear?
Well, we've always have to let everybody know that they can download the PDG free At the information is in there. If you haven't downloaded it, please go. That's for the Perfect Day Manual, Perfect Day Guide. Dr. Daryl Wolf's 42 years of working with alternative and helping plant the seeds of a beautiful life for other people. It is something that I believe needs to be in absolutely everybody's home. If you want to be your own practitioner, to be your own, you know yourself better than anyone else. A doctor knows statistics, and I don't know about you, I'm not a statistic. I am me. I am a free spirit, and I know what my body is feeling, and I know I have the tools to bring myself back. And only rest in that maybe a minute or two and say, uh-oh, that's the old me, right? So yes, we've got the Doc 5-star Healing and Training Center in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. Food Forest Abundance with Jim Gale, and TK Lifestyle Solutions with Torek out here in Coffs Harbour, Australia. And the DoD 5-star Healing and Training Center. It is a beautiful place. If you want more information on that, go to DoD5, the star, STAR.com. And just know that if you are interested in getting certified in any of our certifications, we can go to you. Dr. Sage Wolf will accommodate and go anywhere in the world. So you can call us toll free worldwide, 1-855-900-4544, extension 5. And the courses, the next one coming up is in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, and
I can see it on my end. So the Whole Life Coach is going to start on October 9th. The Wolf Non-Surgical will start on October 19th. The pelvic restoration will be November 1st and November 3rd. So definitely give us a call. The host is Doc of Detox itself. And so you can call, it's saying 52755-558-2806. Go to braveheartnation.com to look at how to sign up. All the different details there. There's the costs, the Whole Life Coach, 9 days, $3,900, the Wolf Non-Surgical, 12 days, $4,900. And so you're definitely going to get a benefit from taking them together. And the pelvic restoration for your 3-day is $1,197. Now, Canadians will pay Canadian, Americans will pay American, Australian people will pay in Australian dollars. So that is Dr. Daryl Wolf's commitment to helping make sure this is affordable to everybody. 2025 is coming up. We've got Zihuatanejo, Calgary, another Zihuatanejo, Ixtapa, Florida. So 3 at that location that we were just talking about, and then 2, one in Canada and one in the States. And again, stay tuned to braveheartnation.com for any specific dates, changes, or updates. Personal certifications is available as well. Here we are with Doc Star, Doc of Detox testimonials. If you've taken the course or you've just tried the products and you'd love to shout about it, we would love to help make that easy for you. The Doc of Detox testimonials.com. Not sure if you've changed that page on the screen. There we go. Doc of Detox testimonials.com. You go to that website, you can write it out, you can upload a video, and we'd love to hear about what you love about Doc of Detox products or courses. We'd love to get that authentic story right from the horse's mouth.
And just know that the app is in beta testing right now. You can go to bhnapp.com and sign up as a beta tester. And we have changed the launch date to September. It is the Mexican
Independence. It's about September 16th.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is in the gold print. I can see it. Yeah. Okay. And just know that this is the beautiful guide that Lorraine was speaking of. It has been made beautiful enough to sit on your coffee table. So I would pay the money to get that printed version out. And if you want to get it on your laptop, or if you want both, it can be a great resource to use that word search function in there, find the page, and then flip it open in your physical book at home. Like I said, it is beautiful enough to sit on your coffee table. It is the accumulation of all Dr. Darwolf's knowledge, and we are super duper proud of this document to get out there in the hands of absolutely everybody.
And the only permanent healthcare is self-care. We've got to take care of ourselves. Like I said, you know you better than anyone else. The only permanent love is self-love. We've got to stop waiting for people to fill our cup. We need to fill our cup first. If you don't, you can't give what you don't have. So start practicing that self-love. Start doing that mirror work. Start doing that was the old me, and get out of the old programs. Do the 12 loving steps. And to rise to your full potential, you need to fly. First, love yourself. It is always and every time that's what we need to do. Otherwise, we're not getting there. We have to love every little bit of our life, our soul, our body, everything. And we've got to do this work. We've got to keep doing it on a daily basis. Together, we are stronger. Together, we are Braveheart Nation. And
well, there you go,
question.
Guys. Yeah, there you go, guys. You matter, your questions matter, and that's why we're here, to be here for a place where you can come on and ask questions. And so there's the pictures, the Healthy to 100. You can download that. You can get that in a print version. You can download the Perfect Day, get that in a print version, and there's all that very important contact information. Dr. Darwolf's available on his direct line, 469-861-8884. If you need him on the toll-free, that's fine. Extension 5 on the toll-free line. Extension 0 on the toll-free line gets you to customer service. Gets you to me. You can ask to speak with a master practitioner and ask those product questions. And you can call us and just ask questions about the courses if you need to. There's braveheartuniversity.com for all that information, pdgfree.com to download things, DOD5star.com for the retreat center. And so let's wrap it up with the Braveheart Oath. If you want to bring that back up. Yeah. Lorraine, is it okay if I wrap it up and without saying the Braveheart? All right. We're really happy to be here with everybody. I'm happy to see you on the other end, Lorraine. Glad to see the smile still on your face when you just flew around the globe. So glad you're still holding yourself together there. What an adventure you are on. Okay, guys. As always, at the end of the Perfect Day Guide, we're going to take a couple breaths. We've learned a lot. We've expressed a lot. So let's take a breath and read the Braveheart Oath together. One more. I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself, first and foremost, before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I can, I am love, I am healed, I am Braveheart. All right, everybody, you take care. Lorraine and I, we've got our love bands out. 3, 2, 1. We got this.
We got this.